World War II wasn't just some far-off conflict. It completely changed the United States. Let's dig into how.
See, before the war, America was reeling from the Great Depression and really wanted to stay out of world affairs.
That was a pretty common feeling. Congress even passed neutrality acts trying to keep the U.S. from getting entangled.
But world events kept pulling the nation closer to the conflict, and then Pearl Harbor happened.
That attack changed everything. Overnight, the so-called sleeping giant was awake and ready for a global war.
President Roosevelt said America had to become the arsenal of democracy. The whole economy was retooled for war.
Get this, in just 4 years, the government spent double what it had in its entire history.
Car factories started making tanks, appliance plants made weapons, and for everyone at home, rationing was the new normal.
This massive economic shift also kicked off some pretty huge social changes, completely redrawing the American workforce. With 16 million men off to war, 19 million women stepped up and entered the workforce.
And this is where we get Rosie the Riveter, right? She became this powerful symbol of women in factories.
At the same time, Black Americans saw the war as a fight for freedom abroad and at home.
This was called the Double V Campaign: victory over fascism overseas and victory over racism back home.
All that wartime production finally pulled America out of the Depression, kicking off an incredible era of prosperity.
And to help veterans when they came back, Congress passed the GI Bill. This thing was a game changer.
The bill fueled a massive construction boom and gave rise to a totally new American landscape: the suburbs.
Millions of families started moving to places like Levittown, creating a whole new culture around cars and consumerism.
But here's the thing, was this new American dream available to everyone?
Well, not exactly.
While the GI Bill promised opportunity, discriminatory practices meant many Black veterans were shut out of its benefits.
The home front was complicated. Japanese Americans were interned, and women were often pushed back out of industrial jobs.
But despite all these struggles at home, the war permanently changed America's place on the world stage.
The U.S. came out of the war as the world's undisputed superpower, making over half of all global goods.
It was a complete reversal from isolationism. The U.S. was now taking the lead in rebuilding the world.
The Marshall Plan helped rebuild Europe, sure, but it also created huge markets for American goods.
So the war created a new America, but it left behind some really tough questions we're still grappling with today.